Hello, this is Jcamera here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Crash Bandicoot Resaurus action figure, the high-flying Crash Bandicoot variant for Series 2. Here is the packaging. If you saw my deep dive Crash Bandicoot figure review, you'll know that the packaging was changed. I'll simplify it a little bit. This one is smaller to the Series 1 packaging. This one's like based on the first two games of the Big Moon and Castle Night Sky. This is like, I guess, a warp room, more sciencey, more colorful, more campy, I guess. And of course, the packaging, like the logos, the names are inside instead of the outside. On here, it says it includes avatar goggles, scarf, and fruit-flying bazooka, which is all true. The avatar goggles are part of the figure. The deep dive figure said it included a mask. That one didn't. This figure doesn't mention anything about a mask, but it includes the mask. So I have a theory that Aku Aku was supposed to be with Deep Dive Crash, but they eventually switched it, so this figure has it. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just a theory. Of course, it says Series 2 here. Crash Bandicoot's still being fired at a rocket because he's a goofy little fella. Warning, choking hazards won't pass on for children under 3 years. And it says, again, Series 2 here. The packaging shows us the figures. We get the Series 1 lineup, which by the time I'm making this video, I have all but one of those figures. Tiny Tiger here is the only one I do not have. Like, I've got the others. Got both Crash Bandicoots, Coco, Kimono Mo, and Dr. Neo Cortex. And then here's the barcode, and here's some of the other action figure lineups Resaurus did. Gex never came out. And here's the other figures that came out for Series 2. We have Dr. Entropy, Dingodile, Dr. Engine, Deep Dive Crash, which I've already done a video on, Wave Rider Coco Bandicoot, which I actually do have, and that's going to be my very next video, so stay tuned for that. We have the Moto Crash and Coco Duo Pack, which is, like, I'm never going to get my hands on that. It's the rarest duo of figures there are. And then we get the figure I'm looking at today, High Flying Crash Bandicoot. And unlike Series 1, there's no description for the franchise or the characters, probably because of how little room there is, so I just wanted to save it up by not bothering, but it doesn't matter. Now, to get this on open, so when I bought this online, I actually got this, like, partly opened, or have this already open, so there's not much of a need for this knife here. Although it wouldn't hurt to open up a little bit more if I really wanted to. So here's the shell, very badly yellowed, but I was able to get this and the Coco figure at a good price. So it doesn't matter as much to me, because aside from being in brand new condition, I do not care if, like, the packaging is yellow or not. I'm not a packaging collector. Here we have all the accessories. And this is the only figure that has a crate, but it doesn't have the sticker sheet, which I find interesting. Maybe they learnt from Series 1 and realized that having stickers was a mistake. It was not the best idea. Or maybe they just wanted people to make this one a plain crate. Or, like, the crate that has, like, the 10 wumpa fruit that you bounce on, because there's, like, the X's aren't on here, which is what the crates usually look like, the generic crates in the games. But there's that. We get a little base for Crash Bandicoot to stand on, or you could use it for other figures or whatever. We have a clear gem, the basic gem that you get in each level for getting every crate. You have Aku Aku, this time with a nose hole, and he's actually a little more rubbery than usual. I don't know if this is going to do anything to the paint. I really hope not. But that's cool. We get a little scarf we're supposed to put on Crash Bandicoot. A little wumpa fruit stick, which is for the bazooka. And then we have right here the bazooka itself. If I can get this on out. Here's the bazooka, and I think you can you lift this up? I don't know if this is something that's supposed to be lifted up, or never mind, I can lift it up. And of course, you can just... There you go, we got the wumpa fruit in like so. It does take a little bit to get it in, at least for me. I don't know if other people have it like that, but still. You don't have it too far in, just so I can take it out. And here's the actual generic wumpa fruit for a side-by-side comparison. Come on. One is quite a bit bigger. Like, it's actually kind of comical, funnily enough. But in case anyone wants to see the comparison, there you go. And I would say this is the closest any of these figures get to including any wumpa fruit, which is very odd. Maybe they just didn't want to be repetitive and make figures boring, or they didn't have enough, like, manufacturing parts to make more. I don't know, but it's, I don't know, it bugs me a little bit. Because there's only a total of 6 of these throughout all the figures. Not even enough to, like, for CTR to boost yourself up, which is 10. And that leaves Crash. How many accessories is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which, yeah, that includes the scarf and the bazooka's 2 pieces instead of just being 1. And this figure comes with a twisty tie. There you go, there's the twisty tie. And here's Crash Bandicoot, or Cash Banooka. And I really like the back with the Aku Aku printing on there. They didn't have to add that, but it looks really cool. And here is the figure out of the box. So mine is, shockingly dirty. Probably because of the packaging. I shouldn't be that surprised, but, like, the little fur coat he has on the jacket has some, like, yellowing. I can clean that, but, like, I'll do it at some point, but still not great. The goggles, I don't know if they can. It looks like maybe they could, but I don't want to risk it for now. And I have a regular Crash with the jetboard Crash, and even the jetpack Crash. So, yeah, a lot of brown and green, but it suits this outfit. This is the Crash Bandicoot based off of the airplane levels. This Crash has elbow articulation, which... ouch. The other Crashes didn't have. Like, let me get the other ones for comparison. Like, here's the deep dive Crash Bandicoot. You can see here, the arms have, like, the shoulders can, like, go all the way, but, like, here you can do that with the shoulders just fine. Mine are a little stiff. That's because I haven't been played with ever, and they were made, like, what, 25 years ago? More, maybe even more than that. Of course, their hands have articulation. They have knee articulation, leg articulation, and wrist articulation, which this one I think is supposed to have, but, like, mine's particularly fragile for this figure right now. Yeah, that's because you don't see Crash's arms. They're in a jacket, so they can move. Fun fact, the model for this figure is actually repurposed for the Moto Crash figure. Yeah, so with how these figures stand, you don't really need a stand. It's more for other characters that really do need one, but I guess it wouldn't hurt. And this figure can also bend at the knees, which is an addition to Series 2 made with its Crash figures, because here's the Series 1 Jetboard Crash, which could not do that at the knees. Maybe it's because it's a regular variant, or because this is their first attempt and they're learning from their mistakes or something. I don't know. And here's Crash with the scarf on. I think I did a poor job at that. And here's another way you can pose the scarf. I don't know how many people actually use it like this, but those are just some ways for posability. And here he is with his bazooka, and it surprisingly fits not that bad. There is a bit of a struggle, but not as much as some might make it out to be. Although it is loose when you do get it on there. Yeah, he looks like he can be strong just holding it to the side, though, yeah, good luck being able to have him holding it. I don't know if I'm just alone on this, but my Crash seems to struggle holding it up. Let me know if there is like a better way to do it, or if I'm even able to use it on the other hand. Maybe if you hold him from the back and pretend it's like firing, I don't know, but on the other side, it's honestly not too much better. The final thing that I want to check out is Aku Aku. So you have this nose hole that should just fit perfectly right there on the nose. And this fits perfectly. Most, if not all, the nose is covered up. And here's what he looks like from different angles. And you can have him running around and all that, like destroying crates and stuff, which is really nice. I don't know if this is like some of the Crash figures learning from their mistakes for Aku Aku, or just because Uka Uka has the ability to do so, we may as well give it to Aku Aku, but it's still cool that they did this. I also wish that they made like the gold variant with a nose hole as well for the Moto figure, instead of just repeating this one twice, but still, I don't know if I've said this already, I probably have, but many of the accessories, like this gem here, the base, this Aku Aku, and then this Crash minus the mask and given a repaint is the Moto figure. All you need would be Coco and some glasses. And yeah, that's all you would need. But just replace Coco and the glasses with a scarf, a two-piece bazooka, and a plain crate. And you basically have this figure. And in case anyone wondered, yes, this fits perfectly with the Series 1 Crash Bandicoots, and it works perfectly well, so you can have him, like, destroy crates and stuff if you wanted to. If anyone wondered, no, Aku Aku does not fit on Coco's face, because the hair will get in the way, and the nose is quite small. Like, even if I were to try and move that, like, you could try, but it's just, look at the size difference, it's not possible. So there you have it. That concludes the video on the high-flying Crash Bandicoot action figure. And this is really my final variant of Crash Bandicoot I have now. Finally have all 4 of them. I know there's the 5th Moto one, but that's never going to happen. It's the rarest one. Getting it used is really hard. Nearly impossible new condition. And, like, getting this used is, like, a lot. Like, it's more than many brand new. That's how hard it is. And that's, again, very rare. But regardless, there it is. The final Crash Bandicoot figure. Next, I'll be taking a look at the second and final Coco figure. So stay tuned for that. I hope you all enjoyed this video. And I'll see you all later.